So I got so excited about having grass grow on the surface of Mars that I forgot to turn the heater on. And now we have a cold wave. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Surviving Mars Green Planet. In our Red Winter series, we did also have an event pop up right at the end of the episode as the cold wave started. And we're going to have some power leaks as a result of pushing additional energy through the cables to fix our frozen capacitors, which the frozen capacitors are not a result of me forgetting about the cold wave. They're actually a result of an event that popped up where things are supposedly much colder than usual. It's not the same as the cold wave from a few episodes back where we had a like 5 sol long cold wave, but still worth keeping an eye on. Let's this rocket's going to be ready to launch in a moment, and when it is, we will send it off. We're going to have over $1 billion in funding, and we will use that to outsource some more research, which we haven't done in a while, but it's much needed, and then we might be able to bring down some more colonists before long. Fingers crossed. There we go. Let's go ahead and send off Phoenix number 1. Get going. Now, storage space here is full. And that's waiting for additional seeds to resume working. Okay, so let's get a polymer factory set up, first and foremost. That's actually a good location for polymer storage. That we're producing more. Now, what's full here? Insufficient rare metals. Well, of course, because we just sent most of them off. It's fine, though. Totally fine. Not really seeing a problem, aside from the fact that I forgot about the cold wave that's currently affecting my colony. Oh well. We'll get by. Now, what's up with food? Why was my food so low for a second there? I guess maybe we just had a bit of a harvest. Yeah, we did. So I guess I haven't been giving enough credit to my potatoes for giving me large amounts of food when needed. And I've also, my colony's population is growing. That's another thing to think about. All right, 8 more colonists. Let's go ahead and launch those 8. We're going to have them land here. And hopefully, again, we'll have some work in these research-related buildings. We haven't been able to progress Progress 6, but now we're getting to a point where, or not Progress 6, but Project 6. But now we're getting to a point where I feel like it's a little bit easier to justify. Let's go to Dome Spires and build another one here. This will, of course, help with our research as well. So now that we have such better electronics production, and that's including the fact that we have several drone prefabs already queued up. Those electronics have already been delivered to the drone assembler. So now that we have such better electronics production, I think we can justify having a 3rd network node built. And hopefully that's the last one we need to build, but, you know, we'll see. We will see. Good. Got that funding. Let's go ahead and jump over to the research screen and let us now outsource for lots of money. That should help a good bit. These 8 passengers will help too. Dragon number 1, I really don't need you to wait around, although there are probably projects that I can have you do. See, that one's tempting too. I'd forgotten about that one, but now that we are producing more electronics, maybe I'll keep Dragon number 1 around so that we can do that. Are there any other projects worth looking at? There's the one for the RC dozer, but yeah, that's just not worth it to me. Is that 400 per sol, or is it 400 period? Because that's a lot, especially of electronics, to give up just for 400 research flat. Makes me not want to do it. Seems a little bit imbalanced. Just saying. They still haven't picked up this waste rock, by the way. Just pointing that out. For whatever stupid reason, speaking of waste rock, we are almost 50% of the way through waste rock liquefaction. So that's going to be good. 1 sol remaining in the cold wave. Several buildings not working at the moment. Mainly due to low seeds. Don't quite have enough power to keep the terraforming buildings going, evidently. Oh, wow. Yeah, we actually don't have a lot of stored power at all. Let's go ahead and turn these off. Just so they're not running at all during the cold wave. Now, you guys need to land. And then hopefully during the day when the solar collectors come back online, we'll have a power surplus. All right, now please, some of you come in and join the Hawking Institute. For the love of God, we need you. There are just not enough people working some of these key jobs. I'm not even sure why. It can't all have to do with the fact that I made both of these high priority, could it? Again, this is why I don't mess with the priority buttons too much, because it really seems to change the extent to which colonists work properly with, all of the jobs. Like, yes, I understand that we now have a bunch of people working, prioritizing filling these job slots at the expense of others, but does that really mean that all of these buildings have no one to work them? Aha, here we go.
You open your comm log to find a message from number 6. You read on.
Improved personality simulations. Commander number 6 has a report on the progress of answering the question you asked. Research key points. Existence. Noun. The fact or state of living or having objective reality. Continued survival. A way of living. All that exists. Purpose of existence. No factual data discovered. Allocation of additional system resources authorized by the operators, creators, / engineers. Reason. Self-improvement. Research encountered the following missing parameters. Personality, God, feelings, evolution. The construct will upgrade to meet the required parameters. Number 6, out. Uncanny. Okay. Getting a little nervous. All right. Hydra number 1 is able to load up on rare metals. I'm going to disable that, though. And we'll have dragon number 1. Well, we'll keep dragon number 1 here. Oh, look, the lake's completely frozen over. That's cool. Well, not completely frozen over. There's part of it that's not, but... So that's the thing that happens, evidently. This one's not even completely full, and it's frozen up. All right, 1 hour remaining in this wretched cold wave. Then we can turn these things back off. Power-wise, it seems like we're okay. All right, cold wave's over. Let's turn those off. Let's turn those on. Yeah, so the carbonate processor, as a result of these being shut off for long enough, those are actually frozen. Which is fine. It happens. All right, Hydra number 1, let's have you take off, please. Don't need you planned side at the moment. All right, so I have the option to capture ice droids. Let's see. What else can we do? I do want to do this as soon as possible. I just need the electronics for it. And I'm already at 12, so I just need 30, and I can justify doing that. Okay, I'm seeing some of the jobs filled a little bit more, but there's still the diners that don't have anyone. And then how about the research lab? Not a lot going on there. Yeah, still want to bring more people down. Thankfully, there are 4 already available after I just brought down another 8. So there's that at least. So this is one that I'm looking forward to after waste rock liquefaction, but it's going to take a while to finish that. Thankfully, the outsourcing should get me through most of it. But, man, we're about to have a lot of concrete. We're going to have more concrete than we know what to do with. We can probably use it to trade with other colonies, to tell you the truth, because we're going to have so much. Because all the waste rock that you see across the entire colony will finally start getting converted. So what I'm probably going to do is set up a production center where I have some, like, I'll probably set them up here. so that they can just pump concrete into this storage space. Yeah, that's going to be the thing to do. And then I will have like this dumping site set to, like, I'll have a number of the nearby dumping sites set to constantly convert. That way all of the waste rock will get brought over here. So basically I'll set them to have 285, but all the rest of them will be set to 0. So as the other ones empty out, these will stay full, and we'll centralize all of the concrete, all of the waste rock, and then convert it to concrete. Oh, wow. No more sectors queued up. Let's go ahead and get some border scans. There we go. Any grass yet? Any at all? It might just need water. That's probably what it is. Still aren't producing a ton of seeds, but it's also... Yeah, see, we're waiting on some of the crops to actually get to the point where they're producing seeds in their cycle of 3 different things. So we could dedicate one farm to just producing nothing but seeds. That might actually be the smartest thing to do, now that I think about it. Let's tell this farm to just produce seeds. And then the rest of them, I'll let that finish. Yeah, you're going to produce wheat. Okay, so that's just those 3 for now. That'll be a partial fix. Still going to need to keep an eye on building an additional dome, having additional food production in general, because, I mean, our population is growing. We have 220 colonists now. 132 of them are Martian-born, oddly enough. We have 120 drones exactly, so that's good. We just need, once we hit 30 electronics, we can send that rocket off. What do we have here?
It's clear that number 6's communication skills have grown by leaps and bounds, though it still sounds clinical, inhuman.
Hello, Commander. It's number 6. The system, personality's communication has improved. To understand existence as something greater than its parts, I have initiated upgrades, evolution, learning on human personality simulation. New feature required. Simulation of emotional satisfaction. New operations, verbs, actions authorized. I like, enjoy, find interesting the human philosophy. Research key points. Jung, Carl. As far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light in the darkness of mere being. Erickson, Eric. In the social jungle of human existence, there is no feeling of being alive without a sense of identity. From Eric. Love is the only sane and satisfactory answer to the problem of human existence. Number 6, out. This is getting weird. What do we have here? Yeah, I know those aren't working because they're waiting on seeds. And then we have a space bar and a diner that aren't working at certain times of day. Good. Waste rock liquefaction is done. That's a huge step in the right direction. So let's see. Waste rock processor. Now this is going to require... This doesn't actually require people to work. So what I'm going to do... Yeah, let's set up 4 of them. And then this is the way this is going to work. I'm going to set this one to have 285. And this one to have 285. Just those 2. The rest will get emptied out completely. And then these things will just start producing concrete from waste rock. So this is going to be a pretty exciting change. That's one of the things that's really bugged me about this colony, is that it's been a while to get this tech. Some of you have even asked me in the comments like, hey, why do you have so much waste rock sitting around? Isn't there something you can do to convert that? Because I've seen other people playing that have those factories, and well, now we have the factories. So we also have the option of upgrading them, which will increase their consumption. Yeah, doing this will require electronics. But I could easily put in amplify to start. Definitely going to increase their consumption, though, to the extent that I'm going to need to build additional power production. Let's do that now. So that's pretty exciting, though, because we're going to start seeing our concrete just increase exponentially. All right, let's get a solar array set up here. Or maybe even better, I don't have one there. Then we can have a large wind turbine here. here, here, and here. Beautiful. Now, that's not saying it's too far away from Drone Commander, because it isn't. Good. So they're still able to bring stuff in from that particular site. Should get that done relatively quickly. Yeah, these drones are going to be busy, just constantly bringing in waste rock to convert to concrete. But it's all going to fill up this concrete storage. And I can actually tell this concrete storage to fill up, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to let... Because there's some concrete storage over here. And I kind of like the idea that there's a little bit of a chain so that there's some staged in that direction. And until that falls apart of its own accord, if it does, I'm not going to touch it. So just keep an eye on this number because it's going to start going up, I think, pretty rapidly. It's going to go down for a bit because we are producing. Yeah, these are eating up concrete. What do we have here? Nice, we got some funding. I knew it, Commander. Your exceptional personality and intellect has boosted the improvement rates of number 6 to the skies. It has increased its computational capacity exponentially, and her analytical patterns have evolved in incredible ways, making it even more highly efficient than we thought possible. Of course, 6 is a her. If you've watched Battlestar Galactica, you understand why I say that. Some of our engineers express concerns, but that's why they're engineers and not businessmen. They can't see the potential profits from such an endeavor. Keep doing what you're doing, and we'll all be rich. Let's hope this is all for the best. Yeah, let's hope indeed. We're still doing okay on outsourcing. We have 18% done on STEM reconstruction, and then we've got supportive community, which is tiny. Shuttle cargo capacity increased by 3. Let's go ahead and queue that up. Well, that's a pretty high level tech. Yeah, I want to queue up the ability to build the atomic accumulator. The fusion reactor does require workers. The sanatorium would treat colonists to remove flaws. So let's go ahead and queue that up. And then security officers and medics have an additional 10 performance when working in their specialty. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and queue up the open farm after that. Any grass yet? At all? It's probably just a soil quality thing, I would guess, but no, I don't see any grass yet. I remember the first time I had grass growing in Surviving Mars, it was around a body of water. So we might need to just get another lake going. That is probably the key.
Sector scanned.
It would be my guess. But then again, we have a geyser right here, so I was like, maybe, maybe not. There's definitely no grass, though. Because again, it would be bright green if it was there. Sad day. And I don't know that anything is really growing here on account of the ice. I don't know if it was really worthwhile to put that where I put it. I mean, it's affecting this area slightly. There's some lichen starting here. So if we put down some water in this location, that might help. Put down a lake. Part of me wants to just do a lake back here. Let's do it. You could have a large lake, shaped roughly like so. It's a little bit too big, I guess. So, no. Normal size lake? Hang on, this might be it. Please. Dang it. Okay. It's this thing that's blocking me. So I could do that. We could even have a bigger lake if we did that. Hang on. What if we did large lake and then made it big like so? I could always move some of these guys. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do. Let's destroy a couple of those because we're going to be processing that stuff soon anyway. So that gives me an additional impetus to do this. Blocking objects. Oh, it's still being blocked by that thing. Damn it. Well, okay. I'm still glad to be getting rid of that stuff. So let's go to lake. Let's make it a long lake as before. I want it to be over here, though, so maybe we do need to get those waste rock piles cleared out before we build it. I want it to be touching the lichen. That'll really help with soil quality increase. I am surprised, by the way, we haven't had any toxic rains yet. I mean, I'm not complaining, but it is kind of surprising that those haven't popped up as of this moment. Yes, I'm still looking for grass. Don't judge me. So we just need those piles to get picked up, and then maybe I can put a large lake down a little bit closer to where we already have some of the lichen set up. Now, I'm starting to finally see seeds pile up, which is good, and that gives me a reason to build a forestation plant near the lakes I already have, which could really help with said grass. So why not go ahead and plug one of those in here. And again, I just want to have a little tiny seed depot right nearby. Same as before. We're going to set desired amount to 5. Right, there's that. We definitely want grass and grass. Now we just need seeds. Again, we have an entire farm dedicated to growing seeds. And then come to think of it, I had another farm. Yep. All right, so you are going to grow wheat again, just to make sure that we don't... Yeah, we might need to do some additional food production, like perhaps here. Or maybe in the new dome that I build out here, once it's actually at that point. Oh, this waste rock pile is still here. I mean, I could always queue up the dome to be placed here and just say, like, screw you, like, I'm going to get this thing built. But I think before I build a dome here, I need to build a dome here. We still have a lot of vacant living space, too. Only 4 colonists match our current criteria. Just had the funny idea of sending colonists in a cargo pod. That probably wouldn't work out too well. Okay, I think... Okay, good. Let's try, now that one of those is completely emptied out. That's the button. Yeah, that makes me sad. We can't do a large lake, but we can do this lake.
There are Earthsick colonists.
What? Why? Okay, so we're still waiting on that to clear out. Now, why are you Earthsick? I can't live like this. All right. Oh, are you a gamer? I'm confused. It says you're fit and a workaholic. So this person's been uncomfortable for a while. That should fix itself. It does appear that we have a little bit of a food problem now, though. So we probably need to get another dome built. Or another... at the very least, we need another farm, possibly another dome. That is not room enough for a farm. Unfortunately, I need a full triangle. Might be time to go ahead and just throw that new dome down. I don't like it, though, because we don't... I mean, look, we have 90 vacant spaces. 90. I mean, part of me is like, you know, we could tear down some of these apartments. But the reason I had so many living spaces built here is so that I could fill up these research-related buildings. By the way, we're 53% of the way through stem reconstruction, so that will help. Okay. All right, you don't have any seeds yet to speak of. I think another reason things aren't turning green around here is just that this thing hasn't been running very much. Yeah, I don't see any grass though, sadly. We've got another whole episode. There's no grass yet. I forgot how long it takes for grass to start, but it's really exciting when it does. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to turn you off. I might even dismantle that one because I don't feel like it's growing a lot of stuff out on the cold terrain. Yeah, I'm going to dismantle you because you're not doing enough for me right now. That's the one that I want to have the seeds. This one right here. And tell you what, I want the forestation plants. I just did a control click there. So I want the forestation plants to be high priority to where they get the resources that they need. So this is going to start turning this entire area green, including the area around the water, which will be particularly useful for getting some grass to grow on Mars. I'm really hoping the Earth-sick colonist chills out, though, because I don't want to deal with that. Ain't nobody got time. All right, so Clearwater rains will start once we are at 40% temperature. So we're only 7.81 away from having Clearwater rains on Mars. And then we can do, once we're at 20% groundwater, we will be able to have sustainable bushes, but we don't really even have any grass growing yet, so we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Once we're at 50% atmosphere, dust storms will end and we'll have blue skies. Again, dust storms is not as big of a deal, but the blue skies will really help, not only because, well, the skies will be blue and sunsets will be red and everything will look normal, but also the water is going to look a lot bluer as well, as opposed to orange, as it currently does, because, of course, the water is reflecting the color of the sky, which is ugly and orange all the time. So, yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and stop this one here. In the next one, we are going to keep waiting on grass to grow, but we also are going to keep seeing how Project 6 develops. Some ominous messages we've received in this particular episode from Project number 6. So it might be waiting for me to do some additional stuff. Let's see. Yeah, Sol 162. We're on 160. So it's been 3 days since we've heard from Project 6. But I do still want to bring down some additional colonists too, because we've got 90 slots, and we need more people. So we need the colonists on Mars to get busy, and we need the colonists who are applying on Earth to get busy as well and sign those papers and come on over to Mars. But until they get here, we can't really maximize our efforts in these additional domes, and I still won't feel completely comfortable with building a new dome, which will allow us more space to play with in terms of where we might put an additional farm and such. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.